Hello, my name is Saulo Tiveros. I'm a first-year student at Haverford College. I am studying political science and Spanish, and I'd like to talk a little bit about how I was able to explore both of these interests of mine this past semester. The GAM stands for Grupos de Apoyo Mutuo. It's an organization that began in the late 1980s after the Guatemalan armed conflict, and their main goal was to reestablish and to restore historical memory in the wake of horrible tragedy that occurred in the country. GAM works with the digital scholarship in the library on campus with students in largely an interdisciplinary effort across computer science, the humanities, social science to propel their goal. My role has been centered around 2 points. One, to archive and to document the disappearances of victims, and to two, create productive research on this documentation and on my findings. I'm currently researching by applying political theory to understand how and why authoritative governments persecute young people in times of crisis. It's a very intimate work, going through the documents and seeing firsthand individual stories of people who, families who have documented their husbands disappearing or a mother is documenting her child leaving. It's very difficult to navigate and make sense of what happened, but with the end goal being way larger than what you can get from just reading a textbook, it makes the work incredibly fulfilling and incredibly enriching. My second experience took place over winter break. It was part of a field study conducted in Mexico City. It was attached to a class that I took in the first semester that explored the ideas of cosmopolitanism as it relates to immigration. We stayed at a refugee center named Casa de los Amigos, and we lived with, ate the same food, breathed the same air as refugees who had traveled from Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, and we basically tried to connect with them as much as we can, understand their stories, hear what's going on, and we worked with other migrant rights groups in Mexico City. It was an overall powerful experience in that I saw immigration for the first time in real life. My parents are both undocumented immigrants. I've heard their stories time and time again, but it's been a long time since I've met other immigrants that have not been from Mexico, that have been from places that have truly faced conflict that I've never interacted with before personally. And it gave me a more well-rounded experience about what immigrants have to go through and that the immigrant story is not the same for everybody. I'm excited to see where this opportunity takes me. I'd like to continue expanding my studies and to create applicable and appropriate change to countries across Latin America. Thank you.